r/AskReddit by Redmond Dtes. What was the best accidental nudity you've seen in person? Dental office was in building across an alleyway from condominium. Lady struts out at her place, curtains open full view for me as I laid in the dental chair in the dental office. Dentist sees my eyes widened as this suddenly happened. Oh, she must be up already, knowing full well what I'd just seen. In college, a girlfriend and I were going on a hiking trip. She was packing naked, since she was in her apartment, and we had changed in front of one another so many times that we were comfortable being naked around each other, no big deal. So when I was at the stoplight before her apartment, I texted her where I was, so I should be there soon. I found a parking spot and walked up and knocked on her door. When I opened, she was naked, red, and laughing. She was telling what took me so long, and I was confused. So apparently about 2 minutes after I texted her, there was a knock on her door. Since I had just texted her, she assumed it was me and opened the door without thinking. It was 2 Mormon missionaries. Former Mormon missionary here. There was a legend about some missionaries who were knocking on doors near the campus of Old Miss. The students started calling their neighbors and warned them of the incoming visitors. Someone got the idea for everyone to open the door nude. Apparently, those missionaries got through about 6 straight, pun intended, doors before they retreated. 17, and my girlfriend and I went on a date. We are gone about half an hour, and she forgot something at home, so we go back. We have been dating long enough. I get out, and we walk into her house together. She lived in a split level, so when you walk in, you either go up or down. I ended up in the lead and go up. Halfway up I just stop. Her mom and stepdad are doing the dirty, with mom doing a reverse cowgirl, facing me. Our eyes locked for a second. My girlfriend pushes me to get me to move, and walks past me, and sees why I stopped. Her mom pulled a blanket from the sofa to cover up. My girlfriend is yelling at them. I just walked out. The picnic a week later was awkwardly uncomfortable. I was in the middle of a 30-mile bike race, 4 laps around this good-sized lake. On the opposite side of the lake, a bunch of 20-something women decided to go skinny dipping in full view when 50 cyclists doing 30 miles per hour go flying past. So close to a Tour de France level crash, so close. Ah yes, this happened at my work. I work at a swimming pool, and I was cleaning out the group changing rooms. So I hung up the boards, which told people the changing room was unavailable because it was getting cleaned. When I was almost done with it, I took the garbage bag out of the bin and threw it away. When I came back with a new bag, like not even half a minute after, there was this girl in there already completely nude. After a second of comprehending what I was seeing, I turned around and closed the door and continued with some other work. We were 15 and went to an outdoor pool. My friend forgot she wasn't wearing a bikini top and pulled her shirt off. First time I saw bare boobs live. 12 out of 10 experience. Many years ago, when I, male, was a student, I went to Egypt for half a year to learn Arabic. During my stay, a female friend came to visit. She stayed with me for about a week, visiting Coptic Cairo, the pyramids, the citadel, the Egyptian museum, all the usual touristy stuff. One day after we got back from sightseeing, I decided to go chill out on the balcony. I used to enjoy sitting there, with a book, just kind of watching the world go by. The only way to get to the balcony though, was through the room, where my friend was staying. While I was out on the balcony, she'd decided to stay inside, and have a rest on her bed. Fair enough. About half an hour later, I popped back inside the apartment to get another drink. There she was, laid out completely stark naked on the bed. This was difficult, awkward and embarrassing, because I really liked her as friend, but she was also very attractive. I was kind of frozen, but she just casually got up, without even trying to hide herself, and walked halfway across the room to put a dressing gown on. Meanwhile I made blustering British apologies and stumbled out of the room, while trying to hide the instant erection you get when you are 20 and see a beautiful woman naked for the first time. We did not talk about it, we just went out for dinner. That was the first time I saw her naked, but not the last. We are married now. Working in Florida, stayed at a Motel 6. It's a little past midnight, and we are hanging by the grimy pool when an argument breaks out in one of the rooms. A bearded biker looking guy stumbles out of the room and walks off. Moments later, a lady in a thong with titty tassels walks out yelling at him that he owes her money. She must have loaned him some money earlier in the day. Jilted hooker don't give a fudge. She's gonna make sure the whole world knows you dined and dashed. When I was 7, my family went on vacation with our neighbors. They had a bungalow right next to ours, and I went over there to see my friend. He answered the door and told me to come in, and right as I walked in, his mother was just getting out of the shower. She walked out of the bathroom completely nude to go to her bedroom, and I saw everything. I was only 7, so I didn't even know what it all was yet, but I knew it was all good stuff. She saw me, screamed at my friend, and closed the door. My friend just started laughing, which was a nervous tick he did whenever he knew he was in trouble. 25 years later, and I definitely have had a thing for older women most of my life, and this is probably why. Girl I talked to for a little bit, then kinda lost touch with, sent me pics. I messaged back that it was a nice surprise to hear from her again. Then I put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, these weren't for me, were they? Never heard back. Oh well. My friend and co-worker flashed me at work. This was years ago. We were working together on the midnight shift at a factory, building a large part for an even larger machine. We were discussing our favorite bands and the ones we've seen in concert. Then we started talking about some of antics we've seen some of these entertainers do, like smashing guitars, crowd surfing, pulling fans on stage, etc. One performer neither of us saw live, but heard about was Jim Morrison flashing the crowd. I thought Jim mooned the crowd. My friend decided to demonstrate how the flashing went down, so he hooked his thumbs into his waistband to mime releasing his junk. Except he caught his underwear too. Myself and a couple other co-workers got to see the live reenactment in the middle of the shop floor. Oops was all he could squawk out while shoving everything back in place. Those of us who did see were dying of laughter. He apologized profusely and avoided us the rest of the shift. Good times. When I was around 11 or 12, I had long hair, I'm male, and we did a carnival dance kind of thing, and boys dressed as girls and girls as boys. Well, I got there early, and I was changing into the dress, and then belly dancers came in, like 15 grown women, and, well, they completely changed, and never realized I was a boy. I'm kind of proud of that moment. Well, there was this one time when a seagull made off with someone's bikini top. I was maybe 14-15 years old. Our local community pool had a swim team competed with other neighborhoods. At our pool, the lockers room split for men's and women's. On the right was the men's, on the left was the women's. Well, we went to a competing neighborhood pool, and it was opposite right and left. I walked right into the women's lockers room after a swim meet. Room was full of girls about my age and older, all naked or near naked. I froze at the sights. All the girls started screaming, and I bolted. I got into a lot of trouble and tried to explain my mistake. Was kicked off the team that summer, but it was worth it. Was in gym in high school, and this woman had a fantastic ass, and she was wearing spandex shorts, and for some reason, she was fixing a wedgie, but she pulled down her shorts, and I saw everything. Hope you're not the gym teacher. Ah yes, I was 18 or 19, delivering pizza. Walked up 3 steps to ring the doorbell, and there's a window. Naturally look through the window to see if anyone is coming to the door, and the woman is walking out of the bathroom, presumably fresh out of the shower. She hadn't quite finished wrapping her towel and saw full frontal view. Very nice view. Felt like a bonus tip for the delivery. My sister's best friend accidentally went nude into my room after showering. That was just the last of 1,000 hints that she was into me. It's crazy that a girl will be brave enough to walk into your room naked, but not to just tell you that she likes you. When I was about 7, we were camping, and me and some holiday friends were building some castle in the sandpit and getting water from a small river to make the sand wet. One of the kids said there were naked people in a nearby tent, so we scurried off to see. Even though it's many years later, I can remember that young slim woman and those full rounded breasts like it was yesterday, which is surprising really, as I fell in the river and nearly drowned shortly after. My current neighbor. We've waved and had quick conversations, but nothing more than that. An attractive young woman for sure. I had just pulled into my driveway and getting out of my car when I see her looking through her car for something. No biggie. I get out and look again to say hi, and I see her bent over picking something up off the ground. Dress, no panties. Nice view. I didn't say hi, just looked away and went inside. Wind lifting dresses on a street corner where I sit for coffee. Most women panic trying to cover, but some don't bother at all and just let it happen. Oddly, it seems that the women who panic usually are wearing panties, while the ones who don't panic are not wearing them. This confuses me, but I'm very grateful. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.